have proposed pieces of legislation to address that. First thing, when a municipality is sued by a victim of police criminality, the officer goes scot-free because the municipality identifies him. So that means the officer can retire, he can get his pension, and nothing happens. And then the taxpayers foot the bill on the officer violating the policy and procedure and training. There's a couple of levels that should be addressed. First of all, the municipality in the policy, after the Freddie Gray case, Baltimore PD put something in their policy called the right to intercede, meaning that the police officer is obligated to report another officer that violates policy and procedure. See, a lot of us don't understand how things work. If it's not in policy, then you cannot hold the officer accountable, right? So if it's not in policy, but then once you put it in policy, you have to marry that to law. So another thing we recommended was the Police Accountability Act, meaning that if that officer, because every officer is trained by the taxpayers, right? Their uniforms sometimes are paid by the taxpayer. Everything is paid by the taxpayer. Their benefits, everything is paid by the taxpayer. So if he violates policy, procedure, and training against the taxpayer, he should be held accountable. So the Police Accountability Act will hold that officer accountable for violating policy, procedures, and training, and attach their pension to it. So you're able to sue that officer and to get a piece of his pension, like you're saying. You'll be able to attach the pension to it. So, but once again, politicians will be afraid to do that because they don't want to be called anti-police, right? And when these unions, the FOP and these all these other police unions, right? They lobby up in Albany, they lobby down in Washington D.C. and they spend a lot of money. So a lot of times the politicians will step away from that. But we already put that out there. We already proposed all that, and we have been talking about that in New York and the national level. But a lot of times you don't hear from black law enforcement, right? You don't hear from us, and the ones that speak out, we don't get the national attention other than the sister that responded to the unions when they attacked Nike for supporting Kaepernick. You know, that went viral when the sister from the National Black Police Association spoke out against that. So you don't really hear what black law enforcement, conscious black law enforcement has to say. But we do talk to the politicians. We do push these issues on the politicians. But local media and the politicians, they won't let y'all know what we're doing on it because they don't want to see black officers. They don't want you to see black officers talking about police brutality and defending the community. They still want they still want a bridge between us and the community, right? Because they want to keep us weak. But there's a lot of us in there that's fighting. I'll have a press conference 10 o'clock in the morning, and I'll go to briefing at night and look at the white cops like, what? You know, so we're out there. The problem is we don't get the support because people don't see us standing up. You know, if it wasn't for social media and YouTube that we could tape our press conferences.
And WBAI.
And WBAI, you know, people are starting now seeing that black law enforcement do address the issues. We do speak out on the issues.
Yeah.
So, you know, we just need the support of the people as well. Thank you.